Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. It's that time of the month again where you can get your hands on a load of free games.
That's right, if you're a gold member, you'll have access to all these awesome games in February, so let's take a look.
Now, in terms of unusual titles for a game, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time certainly does well at that. It pretty much does what it says on the tin. You're a team who are in space and it's, well, dangerous. You'll be saving little bunnies from cages, fighting evil space monsters, and upgrading your adorable ship. You know, standard space stuff. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time makes for an amazing co-op game. You and 3 mates can steer your spaceship to glory, each taking a gun or a steering wheel, whilst you shout orders at each other. It works great if there's just 2 of you as well, as less hands means more work, and more work means more stress, and more stress just makes for hilarious shouting at each other in frustration. Ugh. So I was playing it on my lonesome, because who needs friends, eh? Anyways, if you're a solo captain, you can have a trusted animal friend to be your space co-pilot, and as you can see, I took far too long making that difficult decision. In the end, I chose the cat because they're smart and sassy, and every spaceship needs a bit of sass going on. So how it works is this: each compartment of your circular spaceship has a different function, and you can only use one at a time. There's 4 guns, a shield, a powerful but short-lived burst of rockets, the engine and steering, and a map. You'll need to bark orders, or should I say meow orders, at your co-pilot whilst you steer the ship. Most of the time you'll need them to shoot at pesky enemies, but you'll need to get stuck in with the shooting and the ship's defense when times get tough. As you progress, you'll receive power-ups which you can use on different sections of the ship. From wrecking balls to light beams to spiky defense, they'll all be integral to your survival. And as the game progresses, you'll get special add-ons, such as being able to have multiple power-ups assigned to each section of the ship. Further down the line, you'll get new ships and new character choices too. The new ships have special abilities themselves, which will help you in those all-important battles. So as you're traversing the great unknown, you'll need to rescue these adorable little bunnies as you go. Once you've collected enough, you'll finish the level and move on to more difficult foes. The levels get tighter and harder to navigate, the enemies get more persistent, and in general it becomes more manic and a stressful experience. Doing what you need to do whilst ordering your co-pilot around can be difficult, but thankfully it's a pretty streamlined procedure, and a simple press of Y and the direction you need your buddy to go in will see them getting the job done quickly. Thankfully my kitty cat friend was basically a better shooter than me and kicked some serious butt when it came to taking down the enemy forces. You go, Mr. Kitty Fantastico. That's right, I called my cat that, don't judge me. After progressing through a certain amount of levels, it's good old classic boss time, where all your gun and bomb add-ons are going to be seriously essential. It's fun, addictive gameplay and works just as well alone as it does with friends. Make sure to give it a go this February.
Also available in this month's Games of Gold is quite possibly one of the most visually stunning, realistic racing games of all time in Project Cars. Now, you've had the absolutely gorgeous Forza Horizon 3, which last year was one of my most enjoyable games that I played, but Project Cars offers something else, a new take on track racing, which is as realistic to the real world as you can get. The career mode allows you to work your way up from kart racing, where most of the top racing drivers today, like Lewis Hamilton, started off their careers, all the way to becoming a racing superstar with some of the fastest cars in the world. The game can be as difficult and realistic as you want it to be, turning on real world damage to the cars if you hit another car, or the pit wall, or go over some gravel. All things you have to take in when racing in real life, but sadly, damaging and wrecking cars is something that I personally do quite a lot, because I don't have a driver's license, so I'm not the best driver in the world. I'm getting my excuses in early. But in Project Cars, you get the most incredible driving experience, with there even being a helmet cam, which makes you feel like you're actually driving the car, something I've not seen in any racing game before. You've got a huge selection of cars to drive, including the Audi R8, a car I personally love, and a load of the fastest Aston Martins available, another one of my personal favourite cars. The tracks and scenery you race on are also absolutely visually stunning. I can't stress that enough. If you love cars, if you love racing, then this is going to be one of your favourite games of all time. So make sure that you go download it for free with Games of Gold. You'll love it.
If you're looking for something which is quirky and unique, whilst also holds the prestigious title of being a timeless classic, then look no further than Monkey Island 2. Monkey Island 2 first came out in 1991, so to put some context on that, Benny wasn't even born yet. Yep, back then it was pixelated PC world of puzzles and hilarity, which has transferred well onto our Xboxes. The special edition sees a major graphic overhaul and inclusion of voiceover. It's less point and click too, in the sense you can control your main character, Guybrush Threepwood, by using the left stick, which certainly makes for a more streamlined experience. One of the worries with PC point and clicks coming to console can be that it will make for a clunky experience, where Monkey Island 2 Special Edition manages to avoid that. Choosing different options is smooth and exploring isn't the least bit cumbersome. So what is Monkey Island 2? Simply put, you play the part of Guybrush Threepwood, a wannabe pirate with gorgeous locks and a love for telling long and boring stories. Gameplay wise, think of games like Broken Sword. There'll be plenty of puzzles and scenarios you need to get yourself out of, which all require talking to characters, collecting items, and putting your finds to good use. The humour is one of the strongest aspects of Monkey Island. Even after all these years, it still makes for hilarious gaming. It's cheeky, silly, and cheesy, but that's part of Monkey Island's charm.
Woodchuck should chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, as long as a woodchuck would chuck wood.
Oh, shut up.
One of the coolest things about the special edition, however, has to be the fact that you can switch between current Monkey Island and how it used to play back when it was released. With a click of a button, you're taken back to pixelated times, complete with MIDI tunes and no voiceovers. Having this option really doesn't get old. Switching back and forth to see what it would have looked like is an awesome touch and something I'd love to see more remastered games doing. It's a cool reminder of just how far gaming has come, and also a nice blast from the past if you fancy reliving your early 90s gaming sessions. If you're looking for a more laid-back gaming experience with head-scratching puzzles, a hilarious storyline, and familiar characters, then make sure to get playing Monkey Island 2 this February.
In this month's Games with Gold is a game that I actually completed when it first came out on the Xbox 360, but it's now available on your Xbox One through the Back Compat program, and is a game that you'll definitely want to play if you're a Star Wars fan, and that's Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Now, for those of you that don't know much about the game, it's set between Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, where you get to play as Darth Vader's secret apprentice known as Starkiller, who Vader finds as a child after killing a Jedi at the start of the game. Which leads us on to one of the many reasons I loved this game the first time I picked it up. You get to play as Darth Vader in that very first mission where you discover Starkiller, which is a pretty cool experience because, let's be honest, who doesn't want to control Darth Vader? Now, the game itself is a hack and slash where you mix in different Force abilities that you learn and gain throughout the game, giving you loads of different choices while you're in combat. But one of my favourite things to do is grabbing objects or even enemies with the Force and just lobbing them at any other enemy that's still standing, or throwing them off the side. It's great fun. You'll also always want to be keeping an eye out for Force holocrons, as they're going to help you level up faster so you can get more abilities and just become even stronger. Also, another big thing, the in-game music is just epic, and it's always one of the reasons that I fall in love with any game set in the Star Wars universe, and Star Wars: The Force Unleashed is no different. It's easily one of my favourite games in this month's Games with Gold, especially with Star Wars: The Last Jedi being recently announced. I'm in a very Star Warsy mood, so if you haven't played The Force Unleashed yet, hop on, give it a go, even if it's just to be Darth Vader for 10 minutes. You won't be disappointed. So there we have it, some awesome free games for February. Let us know what games you're most excited for in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos.
And don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.